Welcome back to our immersion, discovering the wheels of energy. For the second half of the immersion, I have two new students joining us, and we're really excited to have them on the team. We've got Sarah, who's been in a few of our immersions, and Madeira, who's coming on for the first time. So, in our previous episode, we worked a little bit with the Anahata chakra, located at the chest, located in the heart. And this is has a really deep, intimate connection with our fifth chakra that we'll work with today, the Vishuddha chakra, located in the throat. This area is based around communication. And when this chakra is open, we have the ability to speak our mind, while at the same time not forgetting the heart, because basically the throat chakra works as a mediator between our head and our heart. This is also an area that's deeply connected to having the ability to express ourselves creatively. So self-expression is important. So it connects our thoughts with what we say and our behavior with what we say. For instance, if you were to say, I am going to write a book, then you are a writer. If you are a wife, you'd say, I commit myself to marriage, therefore I am a wife. So we'll explore this chakra and get right into it. Take a moment to come into center. Close the eyes, let the hands fall down onto the knees. And gently root your sit bones. Draw the bottom of the belly in and the bottom of the rib cage in. With your hands, you can ground the knees just a little bit. Notice the energy in your throat. Keep the chin away from the chest. The right in the throat is the ability to speak and to be heard. And bring the hands through to heart center. All together, one Om. Take a deep inhale. Open the eyes. Take the hands down to the knees. Gently roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. And bring the chin into the chest. And left ear to the left shoulder. And chin into the chest. Right ear to the right shoulder. Chin back to the chest. Left ear to the left shoulder. And chin to your chest. Right ear to the right shoulder. This time we'll hold it. If you already feel a deep enough stretch in the left side of your neck, then you're welcome to just stay where you are. If you want to take it a bit deeper, bring the right hand on top of your head, just above the ear. Take the left hand away from the left knee and extend the left fingertips out. The weight of the hand on the head should intensify just slightly. And we'll play a little bit with movements in the wrist. Just turn the palm up to the ceiling. Rotate your thumb back. We'll work some external rotation of the left shoulder. And roll the left palm down to the floor. And all the way to the other direction. Thumb faces back, pinky finger forward. One more time. Turn the palm up to the ceiling. Keep breathing deep. And exhale, turn the palm down to the floor. And back up to the ceiling on the other side. Internal rotation. And bring the tips of your fingers back down towards the floor. Take your right hand away from your head. Drop the hand down to the right knee. And then lift your right shoulder up. In our yoga practice, this might feel a little counterintuitive. Usually we keep the shoulders away from the ears. But notice the experience, the subtle tension that you feel in the left side of your neck once you do this. And bring your right shoulder back down. Left hand to the knee. Roll the chin into your chest. And lift your head up. We'll move to the other side. Tuck in the chin to the chest. And roll the left ear towards the left shoulder. Bring the chin back through to center. Right ear to the right shoulder. Chin back into center. Left ear to the left shoulder. Let's hold it here. Suck in the belly. Take your left hand to the left top side of your head to intensify. And if it feels good, extend the right fingertips out. We want to keep this extension into the periphery of the body. The fingertips are still part of the pose. And let the weight of the left hand draw the ear closer towards the floor. At the same time, keep the distance between shoulder and ear at this point. And turn the palm of your right hand to the ceiling. External rotation of the arm. And roll your hand down towards the floor. And the palm up in the opposite direction. Notice the subtleties of this. The way that it changes the stretch in the neck depending on the alignment that we have in the lower extremities. Everything's connected. Next time that the right palm is facing the floor, reach the fingertips further out and take your left hand down to your left knee. From there, let your left shoulder come up towards the ear and see if you can extend a bit further. Deepen the stretch. At the same time, keep the core strong. All right, left shoulder away from the ear. Bring the right hand back down to the knee. And let your head roll back to center, chin into the chest. And lift your head up. Take your hands back. Boat pose. So today we'll work some compression into the front of the throat. And to do this, we'll be in inversions. And when we're in an inversion, it's really important to have core strength. Boat pose is an incredible way to work that core strength. So if you need to modify, the hands will touch down on the floor. If you're feeling pretty good, reach the arms forward and bring the legs in towards each other, knees touch, maybe shins parallel to the floor. If you're a super beginner, you can even keep the feet on the mat. Core is strong, chest is lifted, and hold here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees in towards your chest. Don't let the feet touch if possible. Wrap the arms around the legs and grab onto the elbows. And tuck in your chin. Slight compression. And lift your head up. Look forward. Once again, take the legs out in front. Second set of boat pose with a few slightly different variations. This time we're going to take it from low boat to high boat. So try and lift the chest up. Take the shoulders back and the core is strong and engaged. And lower the body down towards the floor. Don't completely touch the mat. Head and the shoulders stay lifted. And lift yourself back up. Knees pull in. One more time, lower down. Get close to the floor, but not touching. And lift yourself up. I lied when I said one more time. We got 3 more. Lower yourself down. Bring your knees up. You can have the hands behind you if you need to. Lower yourself down. And lift yourself up. Last one, lower it down. Extend through the toes. And lift yourself up. Suck in the belly. Bend the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs and bring the forehead to the knees. And lift your head up. Take the legs forward. Boat pose, third set. So check in with yourself. If you're starting to feel quite a bit of tension into the hip flexors, you may not be using core. The abdomen is drawn in tightly. So the navel comes to the spine. And we still work the yogic breath in this pose as well. We're going to play a little bit more. Spread your toes nice and wide. Interlace the fingers out in front of you. And like a child, we'll row our boat. Kids need the opportunity to speak clearly as well. Take your hands down to the right, up and over to the left. We'll go for 10. Right, left, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your body back through to center. Bend your knees into the chest. And wrap the arms around your legs, forehead to the knees. Bring the chin away from your chest. And take the hands behind your knees. Let's bring the legs up one more time. And this time, rather than playing with the upper body, we're going to play a little bit with the legs. So bring the palms of the hands down to the floor. If you need to modify, that'll make it way easier. Or keep the arms lifted again. Knees come together. Bend your legs nice and deep. Bring the heels to the bum. And open the knees wide, but keep the inside edge of your feet touching. From there, straighten the legs up to the ceiling with wide legs. And bring the legs back together. Bend the knees. Heels to the bum. Open the knees. Wide legs. Legs come together. 3 more times. Bend your knees. Heels to the bum. Open the knees. Wide legs. Legs together. Bend the knees. Chest is lifted. Heels to your bum. Open the legs wide. Send the toes up. And bring the legs together. Last one. Bend your knees. Feel it in the core. Heels to your bum. Open the knees. Try not to rush it. And straighten the legs up. Legs come together. Bend the knees. Heels to your bum. Try not to let the feet touch. Wrap the arms around the legs. And bring the forehead to the knees. So when the forehead comes to the knees, this is a pose about rest. And we create that little bit of compression, which we will take deeper as we continue through this section. Lift the chest up, lift the chin up. And turn around, hands to the front of your mat, feet to the back of the mat. Downward dog. We haven't done any downward dog yet today, but downward dog is a resting pose. We've just done quite a bit of work on the core. So see if you can bring the heels nice and close to the mat. Big smile. Tips of the fingers push down into the floor, bottom of the rib cage is pulled in. And let's just wash it out with one quick vinyasa. Inhale, come forward, high push up, shoulders over top of the wrist. Plank helps to charge up the core. It also gets us warmed up for those inversions. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows into a low push-up, like Madeira. Or if you need to modify, you can do it like me and bring the knees to the mat. Inhale, come forward and up. Upward dog. Palms of the hands flat onto the floor. The only thing touching the mat is the palms and the tops of your feet. And use this to stretch out into the core. Lift your chest. The arms are like pillars. Exhale, press back. Downward dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, jump or step your feet to your hands. Squat down nice and low. Bring the bum all the way to the mat, so you might choose to walk your hands back. Once the bum's on the floor, soles of the feet touch down. Separate the feet about hip distance apart so that there's a space between the knees and the ankles. But they are separate. Yeah, good. Reach the arms straight forward. We'll slowly roll all the way down onto our back for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands onto the mat, either side of your hips, and slide your feet back until you can gently, with your tips of the fingers, touch the heels. And take a look down the sides. Make sure that the heels are what you see rather than the toes. So we're getting an internal rotation of the thighs, and we've set ourselves up into a strong, stable base. And push down into the feet. Curl your tailbone under and lift your pelvis up. So there's a slight compression in the throat to work into the throat chakra. The element in this chakra is sound. Suck in the belly. Take the tips of your fingers, push them down into the mat. Keep the arms nice and straight. We'll do some hip thrusts or pelvic lifts. So lower the bum down close to the mat, but don't let it touch. And inhale, lift your hips up, lift your chest up. Exhale, lower the hips down. Keep the core strong as you do this. And inhale, lift the hips high. Keep looking straight up to the ceiling. Lower the hips down towards the floor. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower the hips down, knees over top of the ankles. Inhale, lift the hips up. One more for good luck. Lower the hips down towards the floor and take the hips up high. In Pilates, we squeeze our glutes in the boat pose. So squeeze your bum. And rise up onto the balls of your feet. Heels come off of the floor. Let's do it again. Lower the bum down close to the mat, but don't let it touch. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower the hips down, nice and close to the floor. Inhale, lift the hips up high. Couple more, lower the hips down close to the mat. Notice how high Madeira is on his toes. And inhale, lift the hips up. And Sarah, lift up a bit higher onto your toes as well. One more time, lower the hips down close to the mat. And lift the hips up nice and high. And bring the heels down to the floor. Keep the hips lifted. Unless you need a break, you're welcome to stop here. Keep the heels grounded. Lift only your toes off the mat, even the balls of your feet. A few more times. Lower the hips down close to the mat, but don't let them touch. And inhale, lift the hips up. Push into me. All right, lower the hips down close to the floor. Good. Inhale and lift the hips up. 2 more times. Exhale, lower it down. Feel the strength that we're creating in the legs. And lift the hips up. Lower the hips down close to the earth. And rise the hips up high. Now bring the balls of the feet to the floor, the toes down to the floor. Keep the hips lifted for now. And interlace the fingers behind your back. I know we've been in this for a while. We want to work the compression in the throat and start to lift up between the shoulder blades. So notice how much higher Madeira came up. The chin is in towards the chest. The breath is still full. All right, slowly lower your hips all the way down. Remove the grip of the fingers and bring the soles of the feet out to the outside of your hips. Knees come together. Hands to the center of your forehead. Allow your body to completely relax. We just did quite a bit of work into the core, quite a bit of work into the legs. And that restriction that we place on the throat is important because it helps to remove any poisons or blockages. Anatomically speaking, we're working into the thyroid gland. All right. Bring the arms down by the sides of your hips. Take the legs up to the ceiling with the toes pointed straight up. All right, if you have any slip discs or pinched nerves, both legs up to the ceiling. Both legs up. Whoa, not hips up. There we go, good. If you have any slip discs or pinched nerves, you might choose to stay right here. If you don't have any of those issues, we'll come forward into plow. So lift the hips up. Swing the legs over top of the head till the tips of the toes touch the mat. And if the tips of your toes don't touch the mat, you'll still build core strength, you'll still create compression, but for safety, you'll bring the hands to the low back. In plow, we'll hold this for a few moments. Just think of one thing in your life that you've given your word to. One commitment that you've made, that you've been accountable to. So maybe your commitment was to do every episode in this immersion because you are a yogini or a yogi. And from our plow pose, you might choose to walk the feet a bit further back. And this can be done with either the toes curled under or the shoelace side of the feet on the floor. How's that feeling, Sarah? All right, then take the hands to the low back. Tips of the fingers point straight up to the ceiling. The pinky fingers run parallel with the spine. And either one leg at a time or both at the same time, lift your feet up. Shoulder stand. Now in shoulder stand, we want to think more feet over top of the hips and hips over shoulders. So if the feet come forward, we'll rock the legs back a little bit. And from there, you can start to bring the elbows a bit further underneath your body to come up even higher. Yeah, good. Madeire's quite strong, almost knocking me over there. And keep the internal rotation of the thighs. Keep the strength in your core and gaze up towards the tips of your toes. Shoulder stand is incredible because it flushes all of the fluid that was in the lower extremities back down into the bigger organs of the body. It reverses the flow of gravity. And from this shoulder stand, bring the feet over top of your head. And put the palms flat onto the mat. We'll use the arms as brakes and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Start with the upper back, the middle back, and then the lower back. Eventually, the hips touch the floor. Now from here, you can either keep your legs straight, or if you need to modify, bring the feet down to the mat immediately. We'll work the core just a little bit more. Both legs come down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So for this next part, I'm going to get down and do a really quick demo of the transition. And this is an intermediate to advanced transition. So if you're a beginner, you can just do shoulder stand a second time, but it's not quite as challenging as it might seem. Looks a little bit fancy too. We like fancy. So legs go up over top of the head, come into plow, and hands to the low back. We'll take the legs straight up towards the ceiling, and then bend the right knee towards the nose. Once the knee comes to the nose, bend the left leg, left heel to the bum. Oh, and we're doing it all together. Awesome. And from there, we can straighten the right leg all the way out. And we use our hips as a pivot. The thumbs come to the inside, fingers to the outside, and slowly start to lower your left toes all the way down to the floor. Once the left toes touch, the right leg is straight up. We're in a fancy version of the bridge pose. And from there, bend the right knee, step the right foot down onto the floor, and hands away from the low back, and lower your hips all the way back down to the mat. We might as well do it all together on the other side. Palms flat on the floor, take both legs up to the ceiling. Then roll yourself back. Take the bum over top of your head, feet to the floor, and hands to the low back, and wiggle the elbows far underneath. Take the legs up to the ceiling, think feet over top of the hips, and from there bend the left knee to your nose, right heel to your bum, and straighten the left leg. With a straight left leg, start to slowly rotate. Lower your right toes down to the floor. The left leg stays straight up. You might still just be in shoulder stand for this. And bend the left knee when you're ready. Step the left foot onto the floor. Lift your hips up high. Feel that compression. And slowly lower your hips all the way back down to the floor. Straighten the legs out in front of you. We'll come into fish. Hands beside the hips, palms flat on the floor. Push into the elbows and lift yourself up. As you look to the front of the room, you might slide the elbows further underneath. When you're ready, tilt your head back and slide the crown of your head to the floor. So we've done a lot of compression in the throat chakra. And through that compression, through that removal of the blockages, we're now opening up. allowing us to speak our truth in a more honest and authentic way. I know this is something that I've struggled with a little bit in my life, because speaking your truth, you have to know what your truth is. And the knowing of what your truth is comes from the Anahata chakra, the Manipura chakra, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra. All right, push down into the elbows, lift the head away from the floor, tuck in the chin to the chest, and round your body back down onto the mat. And to smooth out any last feedback we might have in the body, come into a supine twist. So bend the right knee into the chest. Left leg will stay straight for this one. And take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right arm out to the side, left hand to the outside of the leg. Good. And take the left leg over to the right leg, over to the left. Gaze over top of your right shoulder and come into a twist. Now in this twist, you can either prioritize having the knee on the mat or the shoulders on the mat. So we've got a good demo of each one. Sarah's prioritizing having her shoulder on the floor, and she's getting a deep twist as the knee goes to the other side of the room. Madeira is more prioritizing having the knee on the mat. And eventually he wants to work the shoulder blades down. Once you've got knee and shoulder blade on the floor, then you start to bring the back of the right rib cage to the mat. We'll bring the right knee back through to center. And straighten the right leg. And switch to the other side. So bend the left knee to the chest. Draw the leg in nice and tight. And when you're ready, take the leg over to the right. Gaze off to the left side. And we'll continue to deepen the breath. We want to keep the head in the same line as the spine. So you can notice if you're twisting the neck. Neck being twisted could be an indication of a slight blockage in the throat chakra. But don't worry if you do have a blockage here, because many, many people do. And bring the right knee back through to center. And straighten your right leg. And lie onto your back. And all together, we'll make some sounds. And we'll also breathe as a group. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, hum. Inhale. Exhale, hum. Inhale. Exhale, hum. And lie down flat. Funnel all of your energy towards the throat chakra. Feel the openings you've created. Soften the throat. Relax your jaw. At the same time, open the ears. Because this chakra is based on communication, we also have to be able to listen, not only speak. Relax. Breathe. And be still.